Pisces, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. All right, your energy, the Ace of Pentacles. Your person, the Eight of Wands. They're viewing you as the King of Swords in reverse. What you're not seeing is the King of Cups in reverse. All right, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And the final outcome here, we have the Five of Swords. All right. And we see the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, so Pisces, it looks like you have someone here that you may not be speaking to. The King of Swords in reverse can indicate that you're angry, you're upset. You have this person blocked. You're not speaking to this person. And with the Ace of Cups in reverse, you're feeling a sense of lack or a sense of loss here. You may be feeling a bit emotionally drained as well. Now with the Ace of Pentacles, it's like you're ready to start something new. Now that could be in a new direction, or it could be that you still see potential in this situation, but you may be waiting to cool down or waiting for things to cool down. So we see the Six of Treasure. I feel like you're patient. I feel like you're patiently waiting. I think you're looking at all the angles, all the possibilities. The Six of Treasure tells me that you really do prioritize balance and harmony, and it kind of feels like there isn't balance and harmony in this situation right now, but you're trying to find balance despite what's going on here. Let's see, how are you viewing this person? The Five of Pearls. Okay, so you may know that this person is upset or they're hurting, but it kind of feels like they may have hurt or they've upset you with this Ace of Cups in reverse. So I don't know if they've disappointed you in some way, because it's like you're not speaking to them. I mean, it could be somebody you've ghosted or you've just stopped talking to, and you maybe wanted to focus on something else or focus on dating, but you are feeling hurt and disappointed as well. So I do see we have two people that are still, who are feeling some type of way here about each other. Okay. And you're viewing the relationship as Temperance energy, Sagittarius. So I do kind of feel like, my Pisces, again, you're angry, you're upset, you may be hurt or disappointed. You're trying to find balance. You're being patient. You know that they're hurting as well. But you also know that they did something here that created the situation or helped to create this situation. But you're viewing the relationship as Temperance, as holding back, healing, right? Like you're trying to see things from a higher perspective. You're seeing potential, but you also know that something here may need to change, or there's an apology that needs to be offered. So we see the Two of Pearls in reverse, the Two of Cups in reverse. So it looks like you're in separation, or this person is really worried that that's where this is leading. All right, let's take a look and see what else do we need to know here. Clear messages, advice, and guidance. Something just isn't right. So trust your intuition and keep seeking for more answers until your situation feels right. Okay, so something here just doesn't feel right. Maybe being in separation, maybe not talking to them is what feels off. Or there was something here your intuition was sounding off about that made you pull back your energy. In the making, Pisces, you're entering a new reality, opening up to new levels of you and where your best self exists. It's your time to shine, so don't hold anything back. All right. And I do feel like, you know, you are opening up to this new reality. It's like you're open to the new possibilities, despite any sort of disappointment or hurt that you might be feeling. And that can be a new beginning with this person, new possibilities for this relationship, once things are talked about, or some of you, if this has been something ongoing, or it feels too heavy, or it feels like something's off, you know, you may be thinking about maybe there's something else out there that's more in alignment with me. All right, and we see obsession. But Spirit wants to remind you that no amount of obsessing is going to make a situation better. Find a way to let go. Okay, so it's about getting out of your head, dropping into your heart, and staying grounded, Pisces. Spirit's also saying to give yourself time. Beautiful things take time to grow. There's no need to rush. Allow yourself to grow at your own pace. Yeah, and to make, allow yourself to, feel all the feels, explore the different options, see things from a higher perspective, and then decide, based also on how this person is acting and behaving and what you want and need, what the next course of action is. All right, so we have the Eight of Wands. I see your person wants to communicate. All right. We see the Ace of Treasure. Yeah, so you're both seeing potential for a new beginning here. All right. In the Sun card, Leo energy. Yeah, this person wants to be together. They see a happy new beginning. They see growth and expansion here. They're trying to manifest that. They want to speak about that. All right, and we have the Five of Treasure. Yeah, and they're hurt and they're disappointed, and you know that because you're seeing them as the Five of Treasure. And again, they may also be very well aware that they hurt or disappointed you. Now with the King of Swords in reverse, this can be a little bit of a resentful energy, but the King of Swords in reverse can be like you're not speaking, you have this person blocked, you're kind of replaying hurt and heartbreak over and over. And we see the Two of Treasure, but this person is seeing you as having made some sort of decision, or they're hoping you're going to make a decision to invest. The Six of Spears, this person is stuck on you, but they also know that you're feeling conflicted. They might know that you're kind of in that in-between as well, of like moving on and not moving on. They know that you're detached, that you're conflicted. And the Seven of Treasure, and they know that you're holding back. You're watching, you're waiting, you're doing a forensic review of this connection. All right, with the King of Cups in reverse, behind the scenes, this person is way more emotional than you might realize. I'm getting sleepless nights, crying. All right, the King of Coral, Aries, Leo, Sag energy, stepping up. The Fool, Aries energy coming through. They're stepping up because they want this new beginning. And we see the Six of Pearls in reverse. Yeah, but there's something they're stuck on. This person's very emotional. I want you to know this person's extremely emotional, Pisces, and there's something from the past that they can't quite get over. Something that's happened here between the two of you. I don't know if it's something they did or they said that they're beating themselves up over, or it's something you said, or they're feeling hurt and disappointed, because I kind of feel you both are hurting here. The Five of Swords, detachment and conflict. All right, and we see the Five of Swords in reverse. So potential healing of this conflict. The Four of Spears, healing, Four of Swords, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, so I feel like with the Five of Swords in the upright, and then the Five of Spears, which is the Five of Swords in this deck in reverse, Spirit saying this can go either way. And with the Four of Spears, right now is not a time to act. Right now is a time to walk in stillness. There's hurt and there's heartbreak here. But I feel like the real question is, can you open your heart? Do you want to open your heart to this person again? And we see the Two of Cups in reverse and the Nine of Cups in reverse. Your person is very, very emotional behind the scenes. I mean, the Nine of Cups in reverse is like they might be using unhealthy coping mechanisms here, but they're emotionally overwhelmed. They're extremely emotional. They want to step up. They want to have this new beginning. They know that they hurt you, or they know that you've been really hurt here. And I feel that there's some regret and remorse, but there's something here that needs to be talked about. There's something from the past that it feels like they may need to let go of. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. What do we need to know about this person? Sealed with a kiss. Okay. So again, I feel like this to me is like a bit of a nostalgic energy here, missing you physically, romantically, shady. I don't know. They may have acted shady with you. That could be what was feeling off. And DMs and double tap likes. But what I'm also getting here, Pisces, is this person's behavior, the DMs and double tap likes and the shady energy is this person isn't quite, they want to step up and they want this new beginning, but right now they're watching and they're waiting. And they're still probably letting you know with the DMs and double tap likes here that they're around, right? Like liking stories, liking updates, watching your updates. Like they're still in your energy, and that's because they're feeling nostalgic. They may be taking notes, gathering information, trying to figure out how to move forward here. All right, and one more thing, giving of themselves. I don't know why I said one more. There's still many cards to come. They're giving of themselves, okay? They're supportive, but they may have a tendency to be a bit vain. It's interesting. This is very different energy. The Vanity card is sometimes, my Pisces, you might not fully trust this person's care and concern. You may feel like they do it for optics, or they may do it for ulterior motives. That may have been what you felt like just wasn't right. You know, when somebody's like, you know, somebody does really nice things for you, but you're questioning whether or not, this is something that, you know, what are their motives? Why are they doing this? Are they doing this for some sort of control? Are they doing it because it looks good? Are they doing it genuinely? Okay. So let's see what else we need to. Well, let's see what they would like to say to you, Pisces. What does this person want to say to my Pisces? All right. I'm afraid it's too late to take action. They're worried they've waited too long. They've been watching and waiting too long. And I'm struggling to get over the past. Yeah, and they do want your forgiveness, Pisces, but I am also seeing that there's something from the past that needs to be worked through or needs to be let go of, and it feels like it's something between the two of you. Now, unsatisfied. I wasn't happy the way things were going. Okay, so again, this person may have also had some concerns about the relationship or things that were going on. I mean, both things can be true at the same time, right? Like where there was something off for you, there was something that wasn't working for you, wasn't working for them. All right, but it just feels like those things need a voice, is what I'm hearing. All right, let's see, what else do we need to know? I'm not the same person that you remember. That's what they would like to say to you. So they feel like they've changed, or this has really changed them, and would you reject me? So they're not sure that they have a chance. What they want deeply, though, here, Pisces, is another chance, is another shot. All right, let's see what Spirit's advice and guidance is here. Advice and guidance for my Pisces, please. Advice and guidance for my Pisces, please. This is a destined partnership, so it's one that you were or are meant to experience. Your soul remembers this intense connection, past life love, which may be true for some of you. But I'm also getting, too, like there's an intensity here to this connection. There's a bond here. But is it a healthy bond? Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. It kind of feels like you both might be kind of obsessed with each other or what's going on, having a hard time letting go. And that's most likely because there hasn't been the communication necessary to understand each other's point of view or where you stand. And Spirit's saying, but there are red flags here that should not be dismissed. And for some of you, those red flags have to do with an external party intruding on this relationship. And so this energy here is You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a third party or romantic rival. It can be friends and family, advice, distance, you know, busy work schedules. It can be many different things. All right, so let's see what Spirit's final advice is here for my Pisces. Final advice and guidance for my Pisces. Final advice and guidance for my Pisces, please. All right, say what you mean. You already know what's true. Speaking it isn't about control, it's about integrity. And you know, that's a repeating message here. It does feel like there's a lot that needs to be talked about here in order to get clarity about whether or not this is something that can or will work. All right, trust what's stable. What's meant for you won't require constant tension. Yep. So something to take, you know, to take into consideration. The relationship for you is not going to be something that is consistently dysregulating your nervous system. The right person is going to bring you peace. Now, that's not to say that the right relationship is never going to have tension. It certainly will, but it will also have healthy repair that both people want, that both people activate or work towards, okay? And let your ego down, but not your standards. All right. And silence can reveal more than pressure until clarity asks to be spoken. Okay. So again, silence can reveal more clarity, you know, for you, for them about this connection. But again, silence can reveal more than pressure until clarity needs to be spoken. And it does feel like something here needs to be spoken in order to have closure. And closure doesn't necessarily mean detaching from the situation, but closure about the situation in order to move forward, whether that's with them or without them. All right, my lovely Pisces, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.